To survive year-round, Bigfoot need roughly 4,000 calories daily.
Hey everyone, Dr. Alex Rivera here. I'm a wildlife biologist, and I've spent years tracking bears, wolves, and other animals across the Pacific Northwest. You've probably seen the shaky Bigfoot clips online or heard those creepy howl recordings. But could a creature like Bigfoot actually survive in the wild? Today, we're breaking it down with real biology. No cheesy myths, no conspiracy boards, just science. If Bigfoot were real, how much food would it need? How far would it roam? And could forests realistically support something that massive? If you're ready to find out, hit like, subscribe, and let's head into the woods. Transition. Fast swoosh effect into an animated Bigfoot silhouette over a Pacific Northwest map. Adventure-style music kicks in. Bigfoot size. Why it changes everything. Before we talk survival, we need to build our Bigfoot scientifically. So what about an 800-pound Bigfoot? Using something called Kleiber's Law, a biology formula that links body size to metabolism, we can estimate its energy needs. A male gorilla eats roughly 5,000 calories daily. Scale that up to Bigfoot size, and suddenly you're looking at somewhere between 15,000 and 25,000 calories every single day just to maintain body weight. Now add constant movement, climbing, hunting, and avoiding humans? That number could jump to 30,000 or even 40,000 calories daily. That's enormous. To put it into perspective, that's roughly 100 Big Macs, 200 deer steaks, or dozens of salmon every day. And winter would be brutal. If Bigfoot behaved like bears, it might slow down or partially hibernate to conserve energy. Even then, it would still need major fat reserves. Studies on grizzlies show they can lose around 30% of their body weight during hibernation. A creature this large couldn't afford many bad hunting weeks. Visuals. Bigfoot tearing through berries, catching fish, and a video game-style calorie meter rapidly draining. It also explains why most sightings happen during warmer months. Summer is when food is everywhere. Territory. How much land would Bigfoot need? Big animals don't just need food, they need space. Wolves can roam across 50 to 100 square miles. Grizzlies often control territories between 200 and 500 square miles depending on food availability. For Bigfoot, the numbers get wild. An 800-pound omnivore would probably need somewhere between 500 and 1,000 square miles of territory to consistently find enough calories without destroying the ecosystem around it. That's roughly the size of Rhode Island. And honestly, it makes sense. Forests regenerate slowly. Overhunt deer or wipe out salmon streams, and the food supply collapses fast. Bigfoot would need huge stretches of untouched wilderness to stay hidden and fed. The Pacific Northwest fits that picture almost perfectly. Dense old-growth forests. Remote mountain ranges. Year-round water sources. Caves and natural shelter. Massive salmon runs. Places like the Olympic Peninsula or Cascade Range are exactly the kind of habitat large mammals thrive in. Males might roam even farther during mating season, possibly covering up to 2,000 square miles. Like elk or bears, they'd likely scent mark territory and avoid direct competition whenever possible. Visual. Interactive map showing Bigfoot territory expanding across the Pacific Northwest. And then there's humans. Roads, logging, and development break habitats apart. Most large predators avoid people whenever they can. GPS studies on wolverines show they often stay at least 5 miles away from human activity. If Bigfoot existed, it would probably stay even farther out. That could explain why sightings are so rare. So what would Bigfoot actually eat? Now for the fun part, the menu. Biologically, Bigfoot would almost certainly be an omnivore, kind of like a mix between a bear and a great ape. A realistic diet might look something like 40% plants, 40% meat, 20% scavenged food. And feeding would basically become a full-time job. Plants would probably make up thousands of daily calories. Huckleberries alone are calorie-packed, and Pacific Northwest forests explode with them during summer. Bigfoot could easily eat 30 to 50 pounds of berries, roots, and vegetation in a single day. Camas bulbs, nuts, bark, and edible roots would also help fill in the gaps, especially during lean seasons. Meat. Protein would be critical. Deer and elk would likely be the main targets. A single deer contains tens of thousands of calories, so one successful hunt could provide food for days if stored properly. Salmon would be even better. During spawning season, rivers become calorie highways. One coho salmon can contain around 1,000 calories. A large creature could gorge itself on fish the same way grizzlies do today. Small animals like rabbits, marmots, and even insects would probably supplement the diet too. Ants and grubs may not sound exciting, but they're loaded with protein. Visuals, slow-motion salmon runs, berry gathering, wildlife footage of bears feeding. Scavenging. And like most smart predators, Bigfoot probably wouldn't waste easy meals. Roadkill, abandoned carcasses, or leftovers from wolf kills could all become part of the diet, especially in winter when calories are harder to find. The biggest survival problem. The biggest challenge wouldn't just be finding food. It would be competition. Bears, wolves, mountain lions, and even humans all compete for the same resources. A giant primate would need to stay hidden, hunt efficiently, and avoid burning too many calories chasing prey. One bad winter could become deadly fast. Final verdict: could Bigfoot survive? So, could Bigfoot survive biologically? Honestly, yes, at least in theory. If a massive primate lived in remote forests with enough food, water, and territory, the ecosystem could potentially support it. The Pacific Northwest has the space, the climate, and the resources. But surviving and existing are two different things. Science still needs hard evidence: bones, DNA, scat, clear footage, something testable. Until then, Bigfoot stays in the world of legends and possibilities. What do you think? Myth, misidentification, or something still hiding out there? Drop your best theory, or your wildest sighting story, in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who swears Bigfoot is real. And if you want more science meets legend videos, next up, could mermaids actually exist? Stay wild, and I'll see you in the woods.
So nice. Listen, the birds are chirping, the sun is saying hi to me. I really love this airport. It's so close to